Hi all, this is Maria Clark from Sweet Willow Designs and welcome to my studio. Before we get started, I want to thank you for subscribing, hitting that notification bell if you want to receive notices of when I post new videos, and give me a thumbs up on the video if you enjoyed it. I'd also like to encourage you to leave comments, ask questions. I use those comments to kind of figure out what I might want to do next. Here's the full materials list, but primarily I'll be using two colors of the DecoArt Americana in True Red and White. I'll be using the Duraclear Satin Varnish. I also will be dropping in just a tiny little bit of the Dazzling Metallics Glorious Gold. In this project, I'm going to be using a larger tool. Actually, this is one that I have in my tool set, which is 15 to 18 millimeters. But I've shown in a previous video how you can make your own tool of roughly this size with a dime and gluing a dime onto the end of a pencil and then just using that, and that works great. I'll also be using this wood cutout from the Dollar Tree. Now, I've talked about this before, but these Dollar Tree ornaments are really thin, so I do mist them with a little bit of water and set some heavy weights on them so that I can get them to flatten out a little bit more. They may still warp a little bit as I paint on them, but this gives me, this does actually help quite a bit to get them a little bit flatter and a little bit more straight. So I'm not sopping it with water, I'm just, kind of misting it and then putting my weights on. I'll let it dry, take them off here, and you can see that it is actually quite a bit straighter. I will go ahead and coat the entire piece with the True Red, and this will take me a couple of coats to get this all finished, and then I've got that really nice red, deep, rich color. Now I'm going to have to do some marking on this one, and this is optional for you. I'm using my ceramic pencil, and I'm just going to place some marks various locations on the ornament because I want this is going to be kind of like a sweater pattern, right? So I want to put rows, and I'm going to create a little curve so that it sort of looks like it's kind of going around the ornament. So I will use my ruler. It's a little hard to see, but I'll use my ruler, and I will actually put 3 marks, 3 lines for each row, because then I can create the curve. So I've got 3 down there. I'm just kind of squinting a little bit, but I've got 3. Every place that I want to put a row, I'm going to place 3 lines relatively close together, because then I'm going to curve them a little bit, and I'll show you how to do that. So I'm putting my next row. It would be good to measure this a little bit. I just eyeballed it, but so my rows are not the same distance apart, but you can see that. Now I'm going to take and start at the center of the bottom line. So I've got 3 lines right all together, and I'm going to curve it up to the top line. Gently curve it. This ceramic pencil has an eraser on it, so I like that. And you can just see how I can curve that, make a curved line there. And I will do that on each of my 3 rows. Okay. And now we can start dotting. I'm going to be making a candy cane effect with these, so I've got some red paint, and I will drop in a little bit of white, and I will swirl those together. Now I'm not mixing, I'm just swirling, because I actually want there to be some definition between the 2 colors. Then I'll take the tip of the tool and I will place a dot. Isn't that fun how you get that candy cane look? And then to help me with the placement of my dots, I will start in the center. Now I'm not measuring this precisely, of course, but in the center on each edge, and then cut that in half till I know how many dots I can get on that row comfortably. Now as that paint mixes, you'll have to refresh it, otherwise you start just really getting a lot of pink. So at some point I'll move to another well on my palette to get a little more contrast between the colors. And I'll carry that out on the edge. All right, now I'm going to start to put some accents here. I'm using my P16 11.5 millimeter, and I'm placing dots in between on top and bottom of that candy cane row. And then above each one of those large dots, I'll be putting a crown. I'm using my G6 4 millimeter and placing a crown on each one of those. And then I will go back in over each one of those crowns with a smaller nail dotter and place a little dot to carry that element, make that element a little bit larger. Okay, now I'm ready for my next row. This is going to be the same pattern throughout the entire ornament. Let me just finish up the edge to make it a little bit more, looking a little like there was a gap there. Same thing, use a candy cane swirl. Okay, I'll be doing the same thing on the next row and making my candy cane swirl. And I'll be using my L11 8 millimeter. And then I'll be using my J10 6 millimeter and follow the same pattern as I did on the first row with those dots. And a little crown at the top of each one. So the pattern is essentially repeating, just with a smaller set of tools. Now I'm ready to go up to the next row. Candy cane swirl. And I'm using my M13 9 millimeter. And then follow the same pattern. I've used my G6 4 millimeter for the larger dots on this row, the larger white dots. And now I'm just going to make myself a little cap. So I've kind of drawn in where I want the cap in, and I'll just fill that in with the Dazzling Metallics Splendid Gold. And it'll take a couple coats to get that nice and saturated. All right, now this is where I talked about measuring would have been probably good, because I feel like I have some gaps here. So I'm going to go ahead and put a row in here, and I'm just going to freehand the curve using my G6 4 millimeter, and I will place a row right in that empty space there. And now I will take my pencil and I'll fill in where I have some empty space there. And now I'm just using a nail dotter, and I'm alternating how I place the dots in which valley there. And it's just giving me another knitted look, a knitted effect. And that's the piece. Now I'm going to set that aside to dry. And then I'll come back in and I will do a little bit of top dotting just to accent some of those dots. This is a really simple project for a beginner if you want to just practice dots and you want to have you know, an inexpensive surface to paint on. I think this is a really nice one. I absolutely love the candy cane swirl. I think that looks great. And our little cap. All right, now before I do any top dotting, I am going to take my lines off. I am using the General's kneaded eraser. this works perfectly. The little eraser that comes with a pencil works fine, but it's very small, so I won't get very far with that. And I think you might have trouble seeing this because the lines are kind of faint in the light here, but you can see, and I'll just use that. Now your paint, couple cautions, your paint has to be exceptionally dry. If you don't wait till it's really dry, you'll just take the paint off. And this is sped up, so it looks like I'm maybe pressing harder or going faster than I really am, but I am being fairly gentle. And you can actually even roll the eraser over the lines and it'll come up. But here's our finished piece. I've added some top dots. I went back in on the large white ones and placed a row of red top dots and then a final row of white on top of those. And I think this is a really cute pattern. And let's get a little close up at that. On the candy cane dots, I did put a little bit of white top dot on that, so that just to help them stand out. I've put this really pretty green bow at the top. I just made that bow. There was some of this ribbon at the Dollar Tree, so I thought it was really fun because that's snow on it. And that's how that's looking. I've got 3 coats of the satin varnish, and it turned out really pretty, I think. I'm really happy with this one. This is a fun ornament. It would be great to do a little bit of a series, right, with these larger ornaments. So I hope you enjoyed this project. I want to thank you so much for joining me in my studio. Don't forget to subscribe, give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, and leave a comment. I enjoy hearing from you. Thanks so much for joining me in my studio today. Take care.